Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Budget Modelers Buddy Build. There's me, and there's him down under, John Marley. Evening, John.
How are you, Steph?
I'm fine, thank you very much. How are you?
Excellent. It's
Good,
beautiful
good.
weather here today. It was.
Oh, fine. Good, cool, nice. Lucky you. Git. It's grey, overcast, and threatening to rain, but hasn't yet. So just got to wait and see. So what have you been up to today then?
Well, I bought a new car on. Well, we picked it up yesterday, so went down to Services New South Wales and paid for the stamp duty and all that on it. So I'm now a new proud used car owner, if that makes sense.
Excellent. How old is it?
It's a 2019 Ford Endura, which
That's
you may
like,
not know what that is.
it's a bit like our Cougar by the look of it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit larger.
Yeah.
It's millimeters. I compared it to it's what it replaced, which is a Ford Territory, which you certainly didn't have over there. And yeah, it's millimeters shorter, wider, and yeah, there's nothing much in it. But it's lovely because, of course, the advances in cars now, they all do everything, lane keep assist and all that stuff. Big change. So that's a big story in my life.
Cool.
Yeah,
Does it have adaptive cruise control?
it does.
So you come screaming up behind somebody, then it backs you off to a safe distance and matches their pace.
It does.
Cool. Because we've got that in the CX-5 and it's awesome.
I haven't really used it yet. I've probably driven about 20, 30k since I got it, so I do plan to. I haven't driven it at night. I'll probably do that after this to see how it all goes.
Yeah.
But, it's just lovely. Like, very nice drive.
The adaptive cruise control is awesome.
Yeah. The other car was about to cost a lot of money. Like, I put a new automatic transmission in it November last year. And I spent that was about $4,000 Australian. And then previous to that, I think about maybe 6 months before that, we changed all the rubber bushes and everything in it because Ford Territories are notorious for anything plastic and rubber is just crap in it. So it was awful. So that was done, but developed a terrible shudder when you hit the brakes. So they needed machining and needed new tires. And I'm just like, you know what? I could just throw it in the bin, get a new one. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's the same color. So it looks like the last one, the girls called it Clifford, as in the big dog. This one, Erin asked if she can nickname it Toot Toot Chugga Chugga. So that's what happened because it's a Wiggles song.
Bless.
And all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What you been up to?
Not a lot. I received a gift from a friend of mine. Groot. So I got that all in resin. So I'm in the process of making that. There's so many parts to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your 7 pieces of dynamite. So there's 4 parts to glue and 7 sticks of dynamite. Once you've seen one, you've seen the lot.
Yeah.
So I've got a hole in there for the fuse. I've got to drill a hole in the base so I can stick a big stick in there and then prime it all, then cut that back and then do lots of bits and pieces. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this morning. So come on then, you. How is your Tonka?
Okay. Changing the overhead camera. Again, what I've found on this build is I don't touch it in between when we go live. So that's either good news or bad news for the viewers, but it means that you don't miss a thing, or mistakes and all. So all that's happened is, or since we last saw each other, was I got I think last time we had the main landing gear in place, and I think I just glued them on and we sort of wrapped it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all still the same now. I noticed one door is a little bit loose at the front. Oh no, that's right. It's missing its hinge point. So Dobber glue will do that. And everything basically earlier today, I just put tape over the canopy there and gave everything a matte coat. So it's all the decals are now sort of protected, I guess. It's the Vallejo matte stuff. This stuff, which isn't that, it's good. It's very matte, but not the best product, I think, but it'll do. What I found is the other stuff that they have. This one, polyurethane. Um, Beautiful finish, but you can't put tape down over it. It'll just peel off like skin after a sunburn, after a wicked day at the beach.
Right.
So I just try to avoid it where possible. It depends on the application. What I found is there's still silvering on the horizontal stab. There you could see it quite clearly,
Hmm.
but it's a lot better than what it was. From most angles, it doesn't look as terrible. But yeah, those ones were the extra decal set. All the other ones that were in it, so the lightning on top of the vertical stab and the insignia on the side, they're generally fine. It's just these ones have, by their very nature, have quite a lot of carrier film. But that's all I've done really. Is just that's been drying for about 2 weeks now. So all that remains is really throw all this together and then give it a wash or that sort of stuff to bring out the panel lines.
Hmm.
And we'll see how that goes. Oh, I need to paint little details like these VLR antennas and ECS and ECS. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Little, yeah,
RHWR.
RHWR. Yes, that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. How about yours?
Mine. Here we go. So there we go. That's mine so far. Deckling up at the moment.
Hmm.
So just doing that. And then they've all sat down nicely. So they need knocking back. So once I've knocked those back, you can just about see it. There you go. Look at all
Yeah.
those. Lovely glossy colour. So knock those back using a bit of 1000 grit sponge. So very carefully do it within the decal because I've done a bit on that one and I've gone back to the bloody base colour. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. So a bit of decaling, bit of sanding, and popping in and out doing a bit of priming and silly stuff like that. So I've just got to wait for my decal water to heat up. Then once that's heated, I will start decaling. So no, oh, phew.
Oh, what
Nearly
did you
lost
do and
another
what you
curry.
avoid? Oh, good.
So keep that somewhere safe over there. So right, because I know what I'm going to do. If I don't do it now, I'm just going to knock them all for bloody 6.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Oh great, I've lost a pig in front wheel. Oh my lord.
Oh, it'll show up.
No, not that size. Yeah. Look, it's gone. Bloody thing. Not what you need, but hey. Oh, really? You great tit. I'm going to have to drill those buggers out because I've just left a bit of wood in there. Bit of wood.
I don't get it.
No, it should be Bromwich. Oh, anyway. Sorry.
Muted my phone there so it doesn't ping away. We'll see how that goes.
Oh,
but
talking about phones.
I had sent a reminder to myself that because Paul and I are heading off to Telford this year, that I set a reminder that the Hannants accept orders to pick up at Telford 3 weeks before the show. I think maybe 2 weeks, and there's 2 weeks till the show now. So yeah, so I'm going to place an order for the stuff I'm going to collect at the show, save postage, and get a 10% discount on everything you order, which is a good deal, I think.
Nice.
However, I won't be buying a good deal. I've only got about 6 things.
So what are you buying?
Let's see if I can remember. So you probably saw last week on if you're on a different thing that Steph and I do, I had bought another tornado kit, a 148 scale kit. So I have two here, both the Italy tornadoes. One for me, one for a friend, and there's a couple of bits with that. So decal set for the version I want to build for me, and the one he has chosen for his. Added to that, you know what if I, yeah, it's the pedo probe in brass. You know what? I'm just going to bring it up. I can't remember. I'm just going to go to the website and have a look. Bear with. This is riveting YouTube, by the way. Log in. Oh, no, wrong button. Log in. Oh, I see AMP are bringing out a Supermarine S6 in 148 scale. Oh, I'm going to be getting one of those.
AMP or AMT?
AMP.
Okay.
I believe it's a Russian brand.
Ooh.
It's the same company, kit size and everything else. I at the last 48 and 48 fundraiser for Models for Heroes, I built a Supermarine S5, which is the previous Schneider Cup one, I think 2 years before that. Okay, so in no particular order, Panavia Tornado GR1 decals. This is a list here, ladies and gents.
Yeah,
Yes,
what scale? 148th?
48, and it's going to be exactly this again. So a Dam Busters 617 Squadron 1, because I like it. But there's other ones in there I like. I could well do that. Depends how I feel at the time. An RF Anniversary one, which is the centenary of 2 Squadron for my friend, because he's ex-RAF 2 Squadron. An Eduard stencil set, because I'm pretty sure, well, the kit I've got doesn't have all the stencils, so I'll just get maybe 2 of those.
As we called them, Shiny 2.
Shiny 2, yeah.
Because
Hello,
they
can you
sat on
go?
their arse. Because they sat on their asses and did cock roll.
Oh, right, he must have done it wrong, because his head's really shiny. So he's got, let's see, yeah, Avro Lancaster B1 undercarriage set for the HK 48 scale, well, Lancaster. Masks for the Qatari Spitfire. I don't need them, but they're only £5. I'm thinking about getting some Flory wash, some dark dirt weathering wash, because it's not available in Australia. So I might get some of that. And the last one, I'm thinking about getting a Lockheed C-130J Hercules 72nd scale exterior set.
Nice.
Because I'm a
You
Herc
worked
guy.
on them. And you did work on them.
I did work on them. For a lazy 14 years. Oh, wasn't lazy, really. I worked my ass off.
Yeah, you do, though. That's the thing. People don't realise how hard you actually work on a... All they think is, oh, you sit around at a T-bar.
No.
I wish we did all the time, but no, we don't.
Herc's, yeah, as you'd understand that, one, there's no competition between force element groups, but two, there's no such thing as a serviceable Hercules without a task on the ground. Somebody will need something moved somewhere, so you're always on the go. You never get to rest. In fact, when we had the 50th anniversary of...
One sec, John. Mark Broadwith says, John, if you're building another Tonka, do you want one of my cockpit sets?
Oh, I'd love that, but no pressure.
Chuck us a link in the comments and John can have a look.
Oh, yeah, look, I would. Yeah, sorry, Mark, you do the resin aftermarkets and stuff.
He does, yes. He does a lot of
Yes.
Tonkas.
Well, I'll definitely lock that in. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Are you going to be at Telford? Let us know in the comments. I don't really need to do this. Why am I'm using super glue. I don't need to. But yeah, I guess it's not going to go anyway. Yep. So what was I saying? Hercules. Yeah, look, I'm not going to bother with an interior kit. You can get all sorts of resin stuff for the Hog's Trough and all the other good guff, but the fact is I don't believe I'm going to build it with the ramp up. Down. I don't think you'll see anything in the back. And apart from that, I don't really want to spend that much time and effort on it.
Yeah, Right, give me a sec. I've just got to do a bit of
Priming?
priming.
You do that.
I just want to have a look at the other lot as well.
Wonderful. Read your comment there, Mark. I'm going to, yeah, Paul and I mention every time we're on this, are going to Telford this year, so we'll be there both days because why travel halfway around the world and only go one day? It's going to be awesome. I'm going to very much looking forward to it.
Right, that's primed.
Oh, what the hell?
Bloody hell.
What is the deal? Okay. Take 2. So these shoulder rails, launch rails, I had knocked, there's 3 location pins. There's one at the front, 2 near the back. I had knocked one of them off previously. I can't remember how, but it's been off pretty much the whole time I've been building the kit. I guess, I don't know, no, I wouldn't have trimmed it with a knife, although it is probably something I do. So what I just did then is put one on. Thought I had it right way around, but clearly one side was one way, the other was the other. So one was a little bit forward of the other. So start again, idiot. Come on, get in there.
There you go. Mark says, yes, at Telford. Sat is my day for a wander around. And then Sunday is going to be on a Tornado 6 stand.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, one of the main reasons we're going is to look at the SIGs because they interest me more than I think competition. And I've seen some things that people have done with them, and I just, yeah, that for us is the big draw card. You know, as an Aussie, you wouldn't think I'd be a big fan of British aviation in scale, but oh, I love it. There we go. That's better. The other thing I've been thinking about doing, it has the location holes for the middle launch rail. You wouldn't call it a shoulder one if it's right in the perineum, would you?
Huh?
But I don't think I'll cover them up because they're going to be pretty much obscured by the JP233 pods anyway. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to move these instructions out of the way because I may even need to refer to them once or twice. Now, I've not built, this is the second tornado I've built. The other one was the same scale, Hasegawa, same markings.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done 48, but looking in the box, you know, it's all a decent scale. And you'll see lots, I think. So, yes, Mark, I think one of your sets would be exactly what I'd be after. Right, now. Nope. Okay. Optimizer time.
Steve from Totally Scale Models is in. Morning. Didn't realise you were live today. Sorry I'm late. Not a problem, mate.
Hey, Steve.
As soon as we get these finished, we will be on the Voyager. How you doing with that, mate? Mark says, pick your parts you want and I will bring them down with me.
Okay. Do you have a website that I can look at? Steph would know.
Not sure. It's probably somewhere, but if Mark pings me a message on Facebook, then I will be able to pass it on to you.
I'd very much appreciate that. Thanks again, Mark and Steph.
That's the wrong colour. It should be that colour. So we'll swap those over.
Been a favourite. These are tough-looking aircraft.
Tell you what, they are rock hard from the front. Apart from being a Tonka, do you know what its nickname was?
No.
It was called the Mighty Finn.
Oh, because it's such a large vertical stab.
Yep, that'll be the one.
I had heard that a friend of mine mention it last week. Oh yeah. Come on. Right. Cool. I did the last of the Quinta Lancaster internal stuff today.
Yay!
All right.
Does it come out all right, is it?
Oh yeah, it lifts it. So like even people like me look talented. It's good stuff.
You talented tinker, you.
It's not cheating if you don't enter competitions. How's that?
Doesn't matter.
I don't think it does. Some people get stroppy. I think it's been a bit of a debate. I think in the podcasts over in the States lately.
Oh, really?
IPMS are looking at changing categories and stuff like that as the categories are evolving to match the evolving kit technologies. That makes sense.
Well, of course, they should have OOB sections and sections where people use stuff like that.
Yeah, enhanced, modified. But I think they call it all. It's like the F-35. They just renamed everything so they didn't upset people.
Yeah.
And the only people they upset was everyone. There we go. Let me just duck my head down and see how these wheels flat spots look. We'll do that thing where you shine a light under a model and start annoying the rest of the internet. Oh, that looks okay. Definitely not a tail sitter.
Okay, got some more comments, and I need to move up a bit because nobody can see what I'm doing. There we go. Ah, crumbs. We're busy. Steve at Telescale Models says, whoop whoop, not touched. We'll wait till we are live and go from there to see what I need to catch up on. Okie dokie. Mark says the Mighty Finn. Yep. Sproon glues in. Morning, Steph, John, and chat. Steve from Totally Scales Model says, John, I may have asked this before, but which Lancaster are you building?
You wouldn't mind if I show it.
You've gone very quiet, mate. And Steve just says, morning, Dave.
How's that? Better?
And glow. Yep, that's better.
Sorry. I'll move my microphone back behind my head like an idiot.
That was intelligent.
You don't mind if I show, Steve?
Who's Steve?
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
Steph.
Oh no.
Yes, of course you can. Give me
No,
a sec. Let's just pop you on full screen.
okay.
You can get a good old butchers at it.
Yes, no, Steve, I was correct. He was asking. So, all right. So this the Hong Kong 48 scale. It's a Mark One. However, I wouldn't say made an error, but I'm building it as what turns out to be a Mark Three, which is WSJ. Johnny Walker still going strong. As it turns out, that was a Mark Three. Now the only difference between the two is really, well, one's Rolls-Royce Merlins, one's Packard Merlins. So the difference externally is the propeller blades, whether they're pointy or paddled. So this only is a Mark One kit, so it only has pointy blades, so that's how it's coming. And if I didn't mention it was a Mark Three, no one would ever know. So what I won't do is mention it on the internet. But yeah, so it's work in progress. But this is the Quinta stuff. Oh, it's very much out of focus, of course. But all the Bombardier stuff at the front there. You got a switchboard, circuit breaker panel there. There's not much else on that side. Take that out of there. Nose armament computer there, and a couple of other things. A camera hole there. That's above the nav desk. There's another panel there. Flare chute, placards for escape, and little doors at the end there. I've got them a bit. The lens looks a bit crappy. So when it all, oh yeah, the internal bits, lovely. So as I say, this needs to be washed and weathered and all that sort of stuff like that. But got a little map on the nav desk. Is really out of focus. All the radios and all that sort of stuff. The instrument panel, it's all there. It's just, it really lifts the detail. I think once you throw it together, it looks the business. So roughly, you get the idea. It'll take a while to actually line up, but yeah, looks lanky like. You won't see any of it. You'll only see that much. But yeah, it's been a really good build, and I am loving the kit. It's surprisingly good in that when I put two parts together, I generally go, "Oh, that's nice," because that doesn't happen often. So I hope that answers the question. Back to the Tonka. Yeah. So the other things I'm going to be getting the undercarriage set for it, photo etch one, but I won't be getting the flaps. I don't think, because I mean I could, but I don't want to throw everything at it. I just want to do what I want to do, if that makes sense. But yeah, the flaps do have a lot of detail, but it's literally $100 for that, or I guess about 50 odd pounds, and it's a lot of money considering the kit's 120. It's as much as a kit is. But yeah, when I get back to Australia, I'll be getting a mask set for that to paint the insignia, because they're large. Certainly the wing ones are a good size.
Yeah.
So yeah, restrict the number of actual decals I'm using. The WSJ ones will be going on. Obviously the bomb mission marks and Johnny Walker and stuff like that. But where I can avoid putting decals on, I'll certainly try to do that.
Cool.
I've got a camouflage set from Top.
More comments to make. Sprue and Glue, Dave says, morning, Steve at DSM. Steve says, so the internals, are they in the kit? And
Yep.
Bear with me. I'm thinking of ordering the Dambuster version. Right, so there you go. You can answer that one now.
Okay, so the only stuff that... I'll grab it again. The only stuff that's not in the kit, commercial off the shelf, is literally the fascias for the instruments, the Quinta studio set that I've got. So all that other good guff, all the plastic you see, is in the kit. The other extra I've thrown in, it's a work in progress, but I've got all these little guys. So 7 internal crew, and they're a work in progress. They're going to take they're 3D printed resin, Tory factory Lancaster crew. They're expensive, but they lift it, and they're perfectly proportioned for this as well. And that if I put the guys in there, they sit perfectly. Oh, I don't want to break it. But you get the idea. If I put the navigator there, he sits at his desk with a... He's got a pen and a ruler on the desk, and he's just proportionally perfect. And even the pilot is holding both sides of the yoke when you sit him in the seat and stuff. It's just good, because they were expensive. I'd be disappointed if they didn't fit.
It's like they were made for it, mate.
Yeah, but you'd think, because they would fit the Tamiya one as well. I just don't know how well, because it doesn't actually say that it's made for HK. It just says Lancaster. Mind you, that is the HK one on the side, but they're not mentioned. Oh, yes, it is. Example with HK models. So you could use on Tamiya. But no, I wouldn't avoid, I'd certainly wouldn't avoid the HK one. I am happy with it. So I think you would be too.
Cool.
And dam busters. What a cracking subject. Well, literally. Right. So I've asked this question before, Steph, but if you can remind me, under the what do you call the shoulder pylons, the ones under the fuselage there,
Yeah.
it's aimed to install all three. But if you're fitting GP233 airfield denial weapons, you wouldn't have a center pylon in between the two, would you?
They very rarely had a center pylon, mate.
Okay, so I'll just leave it off.
Yep.
Right. Bought myself some new aluminium, AK extreme metal aluminium, and I haven't broken this one yet. I need to be very careful.
Okay. We've got Phil Bratton in. Hello, Phil. How you doing, mate? I used to work with Phil many years ago. He says, morning all. That undercarriage bay is way too clean, lol. Oh, yes. Give us a... We haven't got there yet.
Yeah. We'll get there. Oops. Bloody hell. Really should get one of those stands for aircraft, because I do them all the time. It's a damn shame we didn't do this last week, Steph. I would have probably had a couple of things to say about England versus Afghanistan, but I won't go there because too much time has passed.
Sorry, did you say something? I didn't hear. I was busy checking out the comments. So I've got some comments. 20 Squadron were the Central Line pylon mob. Yes, they were. Living the dream, Steph. Oh, yeah. How's your cruise at the moment? Are you still on it or are you back? Because Phil's was on a cruise last I saw.
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I hate having fucking shaky hands.
yeah. Oh, I'll be there one day. So when I went to Services New South Wales, so they had to pay the, transfer of registration for the new car. The guy behind the counter, yeah, he had, I guess, an essential tremor, and I felt sorry for the guy because, even if he's just pausing on a key, the whole hands, and I just thought, poor guy. Even making a cup of tea would be awkward.
So you didn't ask him for a cup of tea then?
Do you find the older you get, Steph, the more empathetic you get with other people and their health? Does that make sense? Because I am.
Yep. So I'm going to ask you the question again. So you didn't
No, I
ask him
didn't.
for a cup of tea?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yes. I became very more empathetic about 5 years ago when I ended up with CRPS. So yes,
CRPS is.
complex regional pain syndrome.
Oh, yep. That sounds.
In my left knee.
Sounds terrible.
It was only a cruise if you count Cyprus as an aircraft carrier. Was in Paphos for my birthday. That's right, you were. Steph, your phone not on? It's in the front other room. I hope you're not trying to phone me because I won't answer it because I'm live. Right. Good Lord, Mark. Nobody's thinking that you're back and cold.
Oh.
Right, got it, Mark. You need to contact him pretty soon. I will forward you his details. There you go.
Oh. Wonders of modern technology.
Europe.
Ah, thank you very
Right.
much, Mark. Yes,
Give me 2 minutes. I've just got to make a quick phone call.
do that.
Where are we? She sent you a message you want back. Oh, God, you're worse than my bloody wife. If I've not answered within 30 seconds, where are you?
Oh wow. Well, that's nice stuff. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to crawl all over that once this show finishes. I think. I don't think there's one. Yeah, a week and a half. Twin brother and I get on our plane, head over. Well, either Ukraine or Israel on our way to Telford and other environs. It's going to be a lot of fun. Certainly, have not been to Skull Model World before. Going to a couple of destinations that I've been to, but Paul hasn't. Can't wait because they're still good. The last time we were there was just before, was it October 2019, so just before COVID. So dodged a bullet there, of course. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, old people.
Speaking.
That was my aunt. Bless her. She just wanted to tell me all about Just Jane.
Oh yes, she's just heard of it. Yeah,
Sorry?
had she just heard of it?
Yeah, she's just seeing it on the telly. So I've just seen it.
Oh,
I thought of you, so I thought I'd better tell you all about it. Okay. Dominic Cuckoo's in. Hello, Dominic. Good afternoon. I was cleaning my desk so that everything is neatly filed for the 48 hours on Friday. Cool. Actually, I need to
lovely.
speak to Miranda and Stefan because I can't make this year. We've got things on this month, this weekend. Rather hectic. It's a bit of a nightmare, so I've got to give them a shout and let them know.
Sure. Miranda did get in touch with me since we last did this show, and she's asked me to be part of it, which is fantastic.
Cool.
So, in fact, I bought a new thing for it. I might
What's
as
the
well
new
show you,
thing?
Dominic. Well, so what I'm doing, the theme this year is build a 48 scale kit in 48 hours, unleash the beast. So something related to a beast, and I'm building. Well, which way around? There we go. Hella 48 Jaguar, which it's only an A. I prefer a, RAF one, but I cannot. But either way, because I'm doing a French one, I've got some res kit Beluga cluster bombs to fit.
Oh,
Because it's a thing I have, and you'd probably, I don't know if you'd appreciate this or not, Steph, being an armament technician or ex-armament technician yourself.
There's no
I
such thing
find
as an ex-armourer.
I find if I'm doing a kit that has munitions, I tend to fit the most awful ones I could find, as in the ones that would just kill people, like in the worst possible way. Not that I am a fan of it. I'm actually quite opposed to it all. But it's just a thing I have where I've found that I want to. Like, I built ones for 77 Squadron, my last squadron in the Australian Air Force, and put napalm and stuff on them just because I just wanted to prove to them that they're not nice people. You know? It's just me. It's just a thing. I can't say I'm proud of it or whatever. It's just.
At the end of the day, what you've got to remember is it's not the people who work on it, it's people who designed it. Yeah?
Yeah.
The people who work on it, the vast majority of us don't want to go to war.
No.
Don't want to fight. Yeah? It's the public's perception is that anybody who's in the military wants to go and fight and kick ass and do this and do that. No, we don't.
No. We want
You
to
ask,
maintain the peace.
you ask any grunt, yeah? Did you join the military to go and kill people? No. Why did you join the military? Well, one, it was a job, which is the vast majority of them. And two, it helps keep the peace. The vast majority of them don't want to fight. The reason they got a job in the army was to get them out of council estates and get them away from home because they had a bit of a crappy home life. So I know I did.
That sounds like a very valid point.
Yeah, so you shouldn't tar everybody with the same brush. Yeah, different people join the military for different reasons. Yeah, I think the worst one I ever heard was a Scottish lad from Dundee. He joined the Air Force because one, it was a job. Two, he got a posting close to home. And when it came to the Gulf War, he PVR'd.
Oh.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to war. But why did you've got to accept that it's part and parcel of the job. Yeah, but I never signed up for that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did, Dick. And people like that really piss me off. Yeah, you're quite happy to take the money, take the good life, have the great fun. I tell you what, because it is. But the shitty part of the job, like any job has a shitty part, is the fact that you may have to go and die.
Yes.
Oh, come on, bloody fingers.
Oh, and why not? Because I've got it here, Steph. So I bought, obviously, the Beluga, because French cluster munition. Same reason I'm fitting these ones to the Tornado as that point I just mentioned. But the other purchase I made was this one. So seatbelts for the Qatari Spitfire. And they look remarkable in that you have a choice of whether they punch the holes in the fabric. They got the brass. I can't remember the name, but the anti-fraying sort of disc on them. So you have a choice of photo etch or brass decals over the material, or actual 3D printed brass ones. So they're really detailed, and they're going to be an absolute pain to do. But I think it's the only aftermarket thing you'd need for that kit, quite frankly. Well, you wouldn't even need it. The ones in the kit look just great, but the deal is they've just made it into stock, so I thought I would.
Oh.
My watch saying almost there.
Comments. Dominic says, "Oh wow, that's beautiful, John." Mark Broadway says, "I've been to see Jane." So have I. Pom Built Modelling is in. Evening, guys. Evening, Pom.
Hoi hoi.
Steve says, "I wanted to join up to learn a trade." Yeah, a lot of people did that as well. Dominic says the scale doesn't matter that much for this year. I'm making a 1/35 Yak Tiger. Cool.
Good subject.
Yeah. Stratus Strong. Hello. How you doing, Stratus? Tolkien, the fantasy legend, fought in World War One and was an officer in World War Two. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of people who have been there, seen it, done it. Worn the t-shirt, eaten the pie. Or is it eating a t-shirt and worn the pie? One of the two, probably both.
Ah. I haven't fitted the door actuators for the main gear.
Yeah.
Where are they? They're small. Where'd I put them?
Yeah. What was his name? Playing Count Dooku. In Star
Christopher
Wars.
Lee?
That's the tinker. He was ex-military.
Was he?
It's like when Peter Jackson asked him about stabbing somebody. He said, just pretend that you've really stabbed somebody. And he looked at him and went, actually, I have. And Jackson's like, you what? Because he was SF in the Second World War.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. He's a bloody good actor too. I love those films. I don't know. I don't think I've become disposable. I think they're going to remain wonderful classics, and
Yeah.
you know, I think if you don't like them, you're probably dead inside. They're awesome films.
It doesn't matter. That's yeah, that's a bit of a throwaway comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just that people just sometimes don't like stuff like that, and you've got to accept that and give them a break. Yeah.
Not subject matter. What I mean is the people that would. You know what? It's like the comment that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. You know, I am such a fan of whichever whether DC Comics or whatever. I don't like the way that they do this, and my view is, well, you have a go.
Yeah. I like what I like, and I know what I like. Yeah.
Good
I don't
song.
go because somebody doesn't like it. I don't tell them they're dead inside.
Hmm. Do, 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 do. I don't know. I am. So this stuff, the Tamiya normal glue cement, instead of this, I don't know why, but I'm always reaching for this. It's a bugger to put on because the brush is so wide. Why don't I just use this? Let's just do that instead. Put that
Why
away.
don't you get one of these?
What do you got?
One of these brushes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the one that comes in the extra thin.
Yeah, use those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so I made up some sprue glue and it's sitting in there.
Cool. My homemade red glue.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys are up to. Pop it in the comment.
Please. Dun, 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 dun. Righto. Moving forward. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so I mentioned, Steph, the plan for Telford is only buying flat pack, so whether it be decals,
Yeah.
PE, or small things, because I don't want to have the inconvenience of, well, certainly, I've just bought a new car. I don't have an unlimited budget,
Hmm.
but I don't want to pay for all this extra baggage and all that sort of stuff like that. I'm only going to get what I feel is difficult to get here, or postage is prohibitive. Um,
Yeah.
what I'd really love to get isn't released yet, but
Which is
that's
what?
good. It's another wooden ship kit. It's the Vanguard model, so Chris Watton's HMS Surprise from
Yeah.
the Aubrey Maturin series, Musket Commander, like its favorite book series. And
Yeah.
well, I was going to say sell my mother to get one of those kits, but I won't. I wouldn't actually. She's lovely. She's still with us. But having that, if it was available, and just, oh, I could do that, and I'd pay extra baggage for that because that'd be cheaper than postage, I think.
Hmm.
But I've got the victory here. I can't be too greedy. You probably hear birds and stuff in the background here. I don't know. Certainly kids down the street. I've got the garage doors open here. It's still about 23 degrees or something here. So
Nice.
yeah, it'd be slightly sweaty if I had the doors shut and didn't have airflow. So sorry
Mm.
about the noise. Okay. Oh, landing lights. Yeah, the clear parts in this kit are terrible. Mind you, the canopies I think are fine. Windscreen
Yeah.
canopy, but all the other smaller ones are just. I mean, it's an older kit. There's so much flash and oh. I don't even know what that is.
Couple of comments. Steve says off for a long drop. Be back in a bit. Cool.
Didn't happen if it's not on YouTube.
Yeah. Stratus says it's almost 10 p.m. So just relaxing before sleep takes me. Cool.
Yeah. Stratus Strong. So obviously you're in the same time zone I am, but where are you? I'm just north of Newcastle.
Christ. No, 10 no steps for the tail. Oh, there you go. Stratus says, I'm in Sydney, Surrey Hills.
Oh, yeah. Very good. I'm 10 minutes north of Fighter World at the airport, if you know where that is. Okay. Oh, you know what I found in the shop yesterday, Steph? Wasn't looking.
Go on then.
Hobnobs. We have
No.
one type of hobnobs here. I think they're oat ones, orange pack.
Oh, the
They're the
plain
standard
ones.
hobnobs. Are they?
Yep.
Right. Still haven't tried them. I think I'll wait until I get over to the UK and give them a go there. I'm thinking about bringing you some Tim Tams and stuff so you can indulge in Australian excellence. Yeah, obviously these popper things, if you don't know, if you use it as a palette with Vallejo and all the other acrylic stuff, the next day you just literally pop them inside out and it just peels away, so you don't have to clean them out. Like that. Just take it away.
Nice.
What are we doing? 24. So I don't want to get political, Steph, but I'll mention something
Don't.
funny that happened here in the last week. We had a thing, a referendum, and it failed. It was, do we do a certain thing to help the Aboriginal community? And it failed big time. It was a no. Not that not we helped them. It was just people didn't like the question or understand it. So as a protest, some Indigenous Australians decided to have a week of silence. Now, that didn't hurt us in any way at all because not one person in Australia wanted to keep hearing about the topic because it's all we heard about for the previous 6 months. So it was like a bit of a respite, I guess. And that finished yesterday, so they started talking about it again. So I immediately looked at the paper and sort of went, oh, go on, here we go. Because, everyone got sick of it. And life goes on. This is as bad as it gets in Australia. We do not have rockets lobbed over borders or anything like that. It's quite good. And I'm sure
Mm,
the UK, you're the same. You haven't lobbed stuff over towards Wales for, well, about 1,000 years or so. Well, 500.
yeah, something like that.
Wonderful. I should really, I don't know. I'm in two minds about using super glue for these pylons and ordnance,
I would.
or whether to just use standard glue. In fact, I will break them up anyway. Yeah, let's up the game. Black stuff.
Okay, got a comments. Mark says, nice to know that. Phil Bretton says, drinking coffee through a Tim Tam is a must do.
Yeah, not for me. I'm not a dunker. You've never heard of it, Steph. It's called a Tim Tam Slam.
I have heard of it and I've done them.
Okay, it's just, if you like soggy biscuit, go for it. I personally avoid it.
Okay, that's a good idea because a soggy biscuit has got a completely different meaning over here.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not one that's repeatable on YouTube. Phil Bretton.
Oh, look, that's better. I should have gone for the black Flexi CA to start with.
Hmm.
Put it in a spot and it just stays there. It's better. Right. Now, I think I'm enjoying this kit more than you, Steph. I know, like, fit issues and stuff like that, but it's nowhere near as bad as some other kits I've built. I'm enjoying this process.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I enjoy building the kit, but it's an awful kit to build. The 132nd, if anybody says to me, should I build it? No.
The
Never
Revell
ever
one?
touch the Revell 132nd Tornado with a 10-foot barge pole. It's just horrible. There's no detail on the bottom. It's lost all its detail. And it's just a terrible kit to build. But hey.
You haven't built a Italeri 32nd one?
No, I can't afford it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did get a right bargain at the weekend though.
What'd you do?
I managed to get a £100 kit for 14 quid.
Oh wow! What is it? Do tell.
It's AMT's double Imperial TIE Fighter.
Oh wow!
I had it up for 14 quid. I didn't realise at the time. I saw it and went, oh, I want that. I got it. And I can't remember who it was. Somebody said something. Bloody hell, how did you manage to get that? That's like rocking or shit. Me being me went, oh, how much is that worth then?
And
Oh, I had a
dropped
look.
your jaw?
Oh, yeah. Anywhere between 80 and 100 quid.
Wonderful. Good on you.
So I was quite chuffed
Thank
about
you
that.
for offering that kit the other day as well. The Liberator.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, we were there. One was there, and we know Paul's after one. So
Paul's after one. he did come back afterwards and say, he still didn't want it. He didn't change his mind, but let's see. The actual quote was, yeah, that scale is something I will be interested in one day. Yeah, but not today.
Mm. I'm not doing any more deckling on the aircraft because all those are drying, and I know that if I did, oh, actually no, I lied. I've got 4 more, 6 more, 8 more to go on.
Only 8.
Yeah, only 8.
It's a long slog, isn't it? They're literally, I counted them up. Did I say 200 and...
200 and stupid.
Yeah. 227 decals on a 70-second scale kit.
Steve at TSM says, Mr. Marley, I will bring you some cookies, but I'm not getting involved. You can make it as soggy as you like.
I'm not going to be showing. I won't show people at Tim Tam's Land because, as I said, I can't abide by it myself. I think it's a bit overrated. It's one of the things you show Americans. Just how you do the Vegemite challenge. Yeah, nobody eats Vegemite like that, so don't pretend we do. God, I'm opinionated.
Yes, you are.
I don't know if I mentioned to you, Steph, but I went for a walk with Bron the other day. We're walking more often, I'm trying to get some strength up to survive the 30 hours in a seat over to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as we're walking along, I said, I've been thinking, all the models that I've built lately, because I've built quite a number in the last year, because I'm now suddenly retired and I need something to keep my mind off my spinal sort of condition and all that stuff. I said, all the kits that I've built lately, like certainly the wooden ship, the Lancaster I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying this kit. The tank I've just finished, really enjoyed it. I'm just loving all of the subject matter. Just whatever I'm building. I don't remember not enjoying a build, which is pretty good, isn't it?
Yep. It's always good.
Get on there. Let's see how that goes. There we go.
Right, go. Comment. Steve says, Steph, I think you need to explain to Mr. Marley off air. Yes, I do.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah. Phil says you should have a grumpy old men channel. No, because YouTube would take it down within 20 minutes, if that.
I think I've had too much of a sly smile to be considered a grumpy old man. Well, when I say sly smile, I don't mean in a Rolf Harris sort of way, of course. These pylons have little pivot points on the top of them. And before you put the two halves of the wings together, there's a C-clip that would go on. I didn't bother doing that, of course. I'm just wondering, of course, before I stick them on, how wobbly they would be. I can't see them being a really positive fit because the fit on everything else on this kit isn't wonderful. It's acceptable, more than acceptable, but it's certainly not. Here's the thing: I'm not going to compare everything I build to a Tamiya or a insert brand here. But this is literally the first, well, Eduard, but it's a Reebok's Revell. It's the first Revell kit I've built. I don't remember the last one. It would be back late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, I'd have to build another one. It's fine.
I've got several Revell kits. It's just that their Tornado one is bloody awful.
Sure.
Especially the 132nd. As I said, underneath it's got bugger all detail. All the details worn away.
Okay, time to put some pylons on, I think. Let's see how that goes. Sorry, burping. Ooh. So talking about Tornado kits, I bought a 48 scale Italy kit the other day. Oh look, you know what? Before I glue that, I'll show the audience. Just give me 10 seconds. Right. This won't take long. So I had bought probably about 2 months ago, maybe a bit more, the Italy 48 scale Tornado. It's the recent boxing. I'm not sure. 2017. There you go. IDS one. Lovely decals and everything else, but I'm not building that. I'm going to build it pretty much with all grey for a friend of mine. Well, the other day I bought a second one. It's the same kit, but it's the original boxing when it came out in, I think, 1994. There you go. So it's exactly the same plastic and everything else. The reason I got this one, it was still wrapped in plastic, is this is the first Tornado kit they ever did. So it's brand new and it wouldn't have any flash or anything at all. In fact, I compared the two. Let's get the same sprue out and just see if there's any difference, because I doubt it. I think I'm impressed with what I see. Dum, 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 dum. That one and that one. Exactly the same. Well, there you go. I can't see any flash on either of them, so I didn't waste my coin, but people bag Larry, I can't see really why. I've built the Mirage 3 maybe 2 years ago. It was okay. Which one's which?
Here you go, John. Something both Phil and I have both done. Try fitting the real pylons to 800 Newton meters.
That'd be a big torque wrench.
Hell yes.
Yeah, what's another difference that we have? Like all the aircraft I've worked on have been American, so it's always inch pounds. But of course, they don't have imperial. They have standard. And they will tell you over and over again.
Yeah, but it is imperial. It's just typical Americans changing things to suit
We
them.
never had an empire. We fought wars against empire. Well, yeah, you're right. But it's actually like Whitworth and Armstrong and, you know, all the other things that you ignored. Blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah.
And all the things you've stolen. Yeah,
It's,
like Chuck Yeager on the X1 Bell.
yes.
That wouldn't have gone through the sound barrier if it wasn't for, oh God, what's his name? Christ, Steph, come on. Who was the guy who invented the jet engine?
Frank Whittle?
That's it. So Frank Whittle and his Heart jet. That was cancelled because of the Americans.
Yep.
The first people to have an anhedral tail. Or was it dihedral? One of the two.
You heard
I would get mixed up. Riggery shit.
You heard the joke about how Frank Whittle came to invent the jet engine?
No.
Well, yeah, apparently just before the war, he spent time as an exchange pilot in Australia. So while he was in Brisbane, you know, he heard Australians talking and all that sort of stuff like that, and then went back and made a machine that made the same noise, like just a high-pitched whine. And lo and behold, there's all this sort of hot air coming out the end, and he just put it in a plane and just went, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Australia.
We've got your back.
Well, you've got
No,
something.
you're right. No, you turned your back on us, so we went to America, apparently, is the story I've heard.
For?
Oh, you know, after fall of Singapore and all that sort of stuff like that. That's what you hear some people say is like, oh, the British Empire turned its back on Australia. My view is, well, no, it didn't. Like, things were a lot more dire there, and a lot more civilians were dying than certainly down this way. There was atrocities, as you know, down this way. But the deal was, and I understand it, let's finish this one first and then go and schwack them. And you didn't need to in the end. They had Tiger Force and everything ready to go.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. But people still believe, like, you know, oh, you know, the Empire betrayed us and crap.
And Phil Bretton says 200 Newton meters torque wrench and a 4x multiplier. Just don't let go after the wrench breaks or your mate flies off the wing.
Oh.
It's all good fun. Right then, right, we've been up for nearly an hour and a half. I've got lots to do this afternoon. So, what have you managed to get done, mate?
Doesn't look like much, but what I've done is, like, you know, well, the main wheels are on, the door actuators for the main gear in place, literally painted the silver on the back of the clear parts for the landing lights, taxi landing lights, so they'll be glued to the inside of the doors shortly and then just painted white later. Everything is on the pylons, except for the JP233. They're still separate, but yeah, I've got the, if I hold it up vertically, yeah, get the alignment right. But yeah, I've got the, according to the instructions anyway, it's like a cross shape, as in, you know, noughts and crosses sort of thing.
Yep.
For the missiles, so they're on the pylons, hopefully in the right orientation. And they're good to go. And I've got the pylons on the Sky Shadow and the Boz pod. So literally, the next time we do this is put things vertically there, and then I'll be into washing this and just giving it a bit of a buff.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and we're getting into the minor details now. So it's standing on its own 3 feet and looking like a tornado. I am enjoying this build.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, mine's still on its belly, like that. But I've got the 4 ejection seats for the front, 2 in English, 2 in German on both sides. I've got all the nose steps done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 28 on the wings and the tail. and the 2 ejection seat signs sur la canopy. So I will play catch up during the next few days. So hopefully I'll have things like the legs on and stuff like that, so I can catch up with John and we can be in the same situation. So there we go. That's another hour and a half done. So for those guys that have been watching, really appreciate you watching and joining in the conversations. Stay safe, keep modelling, and we will see you hopefully Freitag. Bye.
Hooroo.